But so that's why I say South Africa doesn't have freedom of speech.
There was another interview you went to where they never aired.
Yeah, Newsroom Africa.
Newsroom Africa. You actually went for an interview. They recorded it, but they never flighted it.
What happened is they flighted it, and then they put it online. Then it went viral.
Sure.
And I was criticizing the State Capture Commission. I was criticizing Zondo because part and parcel of why I think you were talking about the judiciary and saying that the judiciary of South Africa is, it's because I think Zondo was critical in breaking the South African judiciary, because when Zondo came in, we started seeing political decisions being reached. When Zuma was in power, Zuma would go to court as a president and lose in court. When Zuma was in power, information about Zuma and what he did, or even false allegations, would make their way into the courts. He would lose in court. But the moment that Zondo came in, the president under which Zondo came in never lost.
Untouchable.
Zondo is the most corrupt what do you call it? Chief Justice I've ever seen. And that's why even my case, we're seeing a situation where you've got evidence, scientific evidence of lab tests. You are told that that is defamation to give the truths and fact and to whistleblow against the company that is breaking the law in Zimbabwe. That can only have happened when the system has been corrupted. I mean, we've got lawyers who say, how does Jacob Zuma go to jail without being tried? Where does that happen?
Never happens.
Only under...
even to ordinary people.
So because of such
contempt
criticism...
of court happens every day in South Africa.
I am... Right now, my lawyers are in court as I'm speaking to you. My lawyers are in court right now fighting contempt of court, where a judge found me guilty for being in contempt of defamation because I decided to take legal documents, and to take lab tests to prove that I said this company's got GMOs. I said that their food has got toxic chemicals. They are the test results. So I wasn't defaming. I wasn't lying. But we're in an appeal process to appeal something that was so simple. Now the question is, why would judges make those decisions?
Chief Justice Raymond Zondo's just stepped down, and it made me sad because a week later he went on a platform to state that he believes state capture is not going to stop anytime soon. I'm like, oh, it's convenient now.
He was a candidate. He's a candidate of state capture, because what he did is he vilified...
Candidate, beneficiary.
A candidate.
Okay.
He was also part of the state capture.
Okay.
Because that state capture hearing was there to vilify certain people, particularly black people, and to exonerate the people who control 93% of this economy through criminal activity and through apartheid and through what has continued to be the perpetuation of apartheid and corrupt dealings.
Ramaphosa was implicated. Nothing happened.
Glencoe was implicated. Nothing happened. This gentleman, Koos Becker, was asked to come to the very same commission. He refused to go to that.
Naspers never showed up. There was no contempt of anything.
There was no contempt. And that judge...
Zuma showed up. People act like he didn't. He showed up, and then after that, his lawyers sent, look, there's a conflict of interest. It was overlooked, and he was arrested.
Zondo has been a terrible thing for South Africa. And South Africa will take a long time to fix the justice system from what that man did to the justice system. And everybody was so scared of Zondo to say the things that I'm saying while sitting here, because you fear that one day I will be in front of those courts. And if I say these things... He's
the highest judge in the world. Or he was the highest judge in the country, sorry. But, so, I mean, if a chief justice, it goes down. If you're saying bad things about him, there's no way the system is going to be in your favor.
But remember, this is why we said in one of our conversations, the South African court system must be put into trial in other courts outside South Africa if it's failing to dispense justice, because then it's similar to the apartheid system. You need to take it to the African Court of Justice, where we saw Victoria Nkabire taking Kagame and winning. Because if the judges here don't make decisions based on law, if they're not going to dispense fairness, justice, and equality, then they need to have their decisions second-guessed. In the same way, during apartheid, you guys went to the United Nations and you said, we do not have courts there. We do not have justice. We've got something called apartheid, which is a crime against humanity. It's still happening now under black face.